Hi everyone, we're here at the Eldan Cafe and Bar. And yes, naka-t-shirt lang ako kasi it's nearby our home. As in, super lapit lang yan. Yun nga lang, nasa tabi siya ng C5 extension. So, alam nyo na, ang ingay. Anyways, we're here just to open this vlog. As in, kakatapos ko lang din mag-film ng outro or ng, I don't know if that was enough for a wrap-up. I forgot my notebook and I don't have enough space, enough or good enough spot at home to film my wrap-up. I don't know why am I explaining. But yep, since I finished The Great Gatsby, we're on to the next book, which is The Cat Sure in the Rye. Actually, I just purchased the next 2 books from Baxxter from Amazon. So I'm very much excited to read the next book na. And I think mas okay din yung ginawa ko dati na itong munang cat book before the classic book. So let's do this again this time.
I'm getting older but I still can't read a vibe, 'cause my world is on fire but we're saying we're doing fine. I never thought I'd make it here past 25. Ooh, but maybe I just overthinking and wasting time. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I'm better off alone. I'm so happy when I'm sad, I make it up to deal. 'Cause I just need to see what the hell it's supposed to mean, so I can make it better, make it real. That's just how I feel. I think it over but I can't convince myself. Corporation got a stake in mental health. Stepping over stars to the colored lights. Is the whole world gray or am I too blind to the fact that I just make it harder whenever I say that it's not? Maybe I'm being stupid for being a martyr. Maybe it's time that I stop. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I'm better off alone. I'm so happy when I'm sad, I make it up to deal. 'Cause I just need to see what the hell it's supposed to mean, so I can make it better, make it real. That's just how I feel.
If you haven't seen the first episode yet, I will link it wherever here or in the description box. So just a brief background. So I am reading a series of mystery murder series, mystery crime. Ano bang tawag dito? There are 3 books and all of those are inspired by classic books. And the first one was The Great Gatsby, which is inspired by The Great Gatsby, obviously. And now I am reading The Cat Sure in the Rye, which is inspired by The Cat Sure in the Rye. And yeah, so I will be getting ready lang. I actually have started the book already. Where's my lipstick? And since I enjoyed the first book, I am expecting the same level of enjoyment for the second book. So far, so good. The writing style is just so light lang and easy to connect to. And sobrang nakakatawa pa rin yung cat's perspective. Like, sa kanya talaga nanggagaling yung humor for the book. I mean, the main character is good also. There is a touch of a little bit of a romance story. The thing that I enjoy more are those chapters written in the perspective or POV of Chunks, the cat. The Cat's Sure in the Rye focuses on this murder mystery. So there are bodies found in a lot. Hindi pa nare-reveal kung saan, kung which one. But within Beulah, within their small town. And yes, apparently, madaming bodies, hindi lang isa. The murder weapon was found in possession of one of Jade's friends. Sino yung friend na yun? Hindi pa rin siya nare-reveal. I'm still at the second chapter and I'm excited to read more. I'm actually reading another book called The Book Eaters which is set in a fictional world where the characters are eating, like literally devouring books. So, kung ano yung lasa ng books will depend on the genre of the book. Wala pa ako dun sa part na in-explore nila yung mga tastes ng books or whatever. But aside from that, I don't know the plot yet. I don't know what's gonna happen because every time I go back to that book, I feel lost. As in, super lost. But, you know when you read a book na you know what's happening, you know where you are, kasi syempre, idodrop mo siya paminsan and then ipipick up mo ulit siya. Hindi ako lost in a way na hindi ko na alam yung past na nangyari. But, I am lost in that way na I cannot find my joy, my peace. I don't know, it's not disgusting, it's not disturbing yet. Kung magiging disturbing man siya, it's not yet ganon. I don't know, I just don't feel it. And I just borrowed it from Libby. So I think better siguro kung ibalik ko muna, i-return ko muna earlier than it was supposed to be returned. I haven't found yet my copy of The Catcher in the Rye. And since we will be going to the mall today, alam na.
I'm hungry!
If I could tell you, I don't think you'd believe how long I felt this way. I'm begging you to stay. And if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see all the possibilities. There could be a place for you and me. Under the stars, you pack up your car, 'cause you're going far away from here. I wish I could stall, but I never call, and you're going all the way this year.
What you doing? What you doing?
If I could tell you, I don't think you believe how long I felt this way. I'm begging you to stay. And if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see.
Hey guys, just quick update. I got The Catcher in the Rye. Wait lang, buksan natin. I'm just happy that I have a copy of this now. And it's new. So I can resell it sometime. Girl, ang mahal na niya. Like this mass market copy is 500 pesos, 495. Ang mahal na ng mga libro. But anyway, I am 21% in The Cat's Sure in the Rye. And it's funny pa rin, it's enjoyable pa rin. I feel like I am in Beulah, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's very much familiar, which is quite good. Kasi there's no like another world building ulit. The plot, the story is quite familiar. Kasi again, the person that was previously accused, si Taz, which is the smart guy, well-read guy, na very weird, kind of a weirdo of the town. Sa kanya ulit tumuturo or umiikot ang story. I was hoping na iba naman, but let's see. I like though the message of this, at least this part of the book, where people loves talking about other people's story, but when it comes to their own story, it's like they're kind of like restrictive na, resistant na. Pero pagdating sa ibang story ng ibang tao, they talk more. And they talk like they're full of sense sa part nila, pero they don't exactly know what is the real or the true story or the whole picture. Very much familiar sa real life.
You turned away with a hint of a smile. smile as if I could read your mind. I wanted to say words I thought for a while, but I couldn't conjure mine. Bleed out the days till I see you one night now. Under the stars where
I finished The Cat's Sure in the Rye, and it's a good book. It really is a fun series. To be honest, I'm enjoying this series so far. But here comes the but. It's just so familiar in terms of, well, I cannot help but compare it with the first book, and it's so familiar. Like, they have the same main characters that are involved in the mystery, and the way or the strategy where the author or authors revealed the true killer at the end. Like, there's so much stuff happening at the end na nagsiksikan sila doon, which is ironic kasi the pacing is just okay. The pacing is good for the whole book, for the whole story, but the end, sobrang dami namang din ganap. At, as in, there are confessions at the end, which is cliche for a murder mystery or any mystery, crime mystery, but it is the same with the first book. Maybe I'm just looking for another way of the reveal, if you get what I mean. Anyways, I also have started The Catcher in the Rye, and I am 70 pages in, which I really enjoy, although I don't have enough time to read kasi for even in the weekends I didn't have more time to read. I was supposed to film this like kind of a swapping your screen time to your reading time or with your reading time, but I was not able to do it. Anyways, The Catcher in the Rye. So I think many of us are already familiar with this classic, but apparently some of my friends thought this is like kind of a historical fiction. It's more of a coming of age story. What I love about this book, what I am loving about this book is it's written in a way na very light lang siya. It's like you're not reading a classic, like a heavy classic, kasi mostly, di ba, you have this lyrical kind of read between the lines type of writing for classic books, but this one is not very much straightforward, but you know what to expect, what to analyze. Mga pinagsasabi ko. Hindi siya intimidating, which is in contrary of what I thought when I first saw or when I first heard Catcher in the Rye. So good. It has a lot of quotes, relatable quotes. Excited ako sa third book of the series, which is The Cat of Monte Cristo. I feel a little bit nervous kasi I just bought an unabridged copy and it's huge. I mean, I know naman na The Count of Monte Cristo is a huge book. It's a huge book. It's a long novel. But I have here a smaller version, like the super abridged copy. But I saw in the internet na sobrang daming part of the story na miss or na skip dun sa abridged copy. So I bought an abridged copy from Penguin. It's big. Yeah, let's see how we can go about this when we get there. I hope to finish this week.
I'm lost in your world, lost in your eyes, 'cause they shine like a diamond. Caught the moonlight, my mind's gone astray, thinking what I should say, but I've never been good with words. watching now as you look in my eyes. Darling, it feels like home. You held me tight, it took me by surprise. Promise you won't let go.
Hi. So I finished The Catcher in the Rye and it's good. Girl, ang dami kong notes. But I have put notes, I have few comments on how I could relate to Holden or how I could understand Holden. And girl, it's so true. I've read mixed reviews for The Catcher in the Rye. Some people or some readers say it has no point, like it's just a book of rants from a teenager or almost teenager. I think he's 12 or 13, basta young. Yes, this is just a book full of rants from this kid. And you know what? These rants are unfortunately existing in real life. One kid or multiple kids or even adults with immature minds, you know, marami ka talagang complaints because you don't understand life fully yet. And I mean, who does, right? Even if you're an adult already, I don't think you understand the world like 100%. You understand your life. Yes, you may understand your life, but not necessarily the life of other people. And that is what I got from The Catcher in the Rye. Holden has to experience this multiple like bitterness, ugly life, fear, madness, addiction or something. It's sad because at the end of the novel, I don't think he realized that agad. But I know he's on his way to realizing what life truly means. Not just for yourself, but with other people. Life with other people. Relationships. Ano yung strength mo beyond these fears that you're having. And this is what I love from The Catcher in the Rye. It's not just I know na mention ko before, the writing is super light. It's straightforward or kind of straightforward, but there are also some analysis that you will need to do. But the message of the story is more of, at least what appeared to me, is about you have to go through this experience to appreciate life better. But if you don't see the point of what the author is trying to say, or at least if you don't have these kinds of reflections, it's good for you. Another book na underappreciated, underrated is The Midnight Library. To me, it's a good read for people who are in between that path ng like self-regret or moving forward, na nandun ka sa gitna. Are you quitting or are you moving on? So, sabi ko kanina, ibebenta ko to, but I think no na. wrapping up this episode, the connection between the two books is not very defined, except for the pun in the title. But the others, wala. Which I realized kasi same experience din sa first episode or sa first book. There is no direct connection between the two. Maybe the inspiration came from the title, some characters, some quotes, but other than that, wala at all. You cannot tell it's retelling, it's just inspired. And yeah, so at least tama naman yung sinabi ko. These books are inspired by the classic books. That's all I can say for this episode. I am not sure if I will go straight to the third book. I think I need a rest from it. I'm not in the mood right now. I need a sad book or something horror, something that will make me feel something. So maybe the next episode or the third episode of the Cats and Classics will come later than expected. And it will be in 2 parts for sure. Kasi look at this book. So in the third episode or third book, we will be reading the Cat of Monte Cristo. So inspired by the Count of Monte Cristo, and look how big it is. Super thick. Pitchy thick. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you also read Baxxter and The Catcher in the Rye. I recommend this more than The Cats Sure in the Rye. I love this a lot more. So, yes. Yes.